My lord, my parents died so bad. Going to the future.
Yeah, I think that was the prevailing answer last time as well. Can roll another one if you don't have any regrets. I'd be impressed.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, it works now. Yeah,
Stop playing
probably.
Divinity.
Regret is probably letting Sakura and Seto kill the Hair Clan samurais.
What the fuck? It was your fault to begin.
That's fair enough.
And my internet is not agreeing with me right now. Oh. I think I might be getting good connection now.
I guess Sakura regrets more personal choices than other people's choices, because, I mean, holding on to other people's choices along with your own, it's probably gets a bit tiring. So,
Well, I mean, you're part of the party, so
fair enough, fair enough.
all the choices you guys make personally tend to affect the others as well.
True, then she has a number of regrets. Killing Ian, not killing June, oh.
Sakura just unfurling a scroll of like rolls off the side of this cliff.
I think Seta would go along something along the lines of the I think he would probably say that there are no regrets in life, they're just lessons learned, something along those lines.
I felt like there was going to be a but.
No.
But that one thing. Yeah, Matt, sorry, I know you're having connection issues, but do you have any regrets or that the party has made?
That's a hard question. Jin probably doesn't have many regretful choices. Probably the only thing she probably regret. No, she doesn't have any regrets. She accepts all the choices she's made so far. She would not change a single thing.
Not even making a deal with Chatul?
I do not hear what anybody's saying right now. Like,
Oh. Rip internet.
Yeah, well, we will see if uh, if there are any new regrets popping up as we jump back into things. Last week, um, Jerry was on the brink of being taken over by, well, the Titan within him was nearly taken over by the Mind Flayers and Cthulhu's influence, but you guys managed to get, well, Sakura and June managed to get into that mind space and protect Jerry at the very last moment as the Mind Flayers were chewing on his helmet, trying to get at his brain. And thanks to their little intervention, Jerry was able to break free and decimate the last of those Mind Flayers and regain control of the Titan. Doing so, however, by tapping into a whole other kind of magic, which now seems to have control over the Titan, though seems more on Jerry's side than Cthulhu would have been. The rest of you, not knowing that, on the outside, pretty much, yeah, you saw the Crane and the Unicorn clan had arrived. They came in. Everyone was a bit suspicious of you guys, but because you had managed to save the one Crane clan um, from that had been eaten by the cosmic horror, thanks to Estrella's spell, he was able to assure everyone that you were not enemies, and they seemed to he seemed to sway things towards your favor. As everyone here is now tenuous allies, and the Crane and Unicorn clan both have very different opinions on what should happen next. They, the Crane clan believes that the the more important issue is to save the samurai who are now in threat. All of Kiga is being invaded by these eldritch abominations, and they believe that it would be a better idea to head back to the mainland and protect the samurai that are there, lest you go back to find an army of mind-controlled samurai like the River Ronin. The Unicorn clan, however, are suggesting that you do what you came here to do and complete the ritual on the drum, which will summon some kind of beast. You don't know what. You have no idea what this creature actually is, but it is supposedly an ancient secret weapon that will be strong enough to fight back against Cthulhu. So Estrella was learning how to do that drum ritual while most of you guys got a good long rest in. No one even got out of the crater last session, but other than Estrella. But here is where we rejoin you as you've all taken your long rest. It is now about 8 o'clock at night. You know that there have been a couple of indications of the potential of when Cthulhu might rise, but that is part of the argument here is that the Crane clan thinks you should wait to perform the ritual until Cthulhu has actually shown itself. Otherwise, you don't know how long this beast could is going to stick around, or whether it would be under your control. The Unicorn clan wants to do it now, but it is up to you guys. You're going to have some discussions to make. As you all come to, you will find the Crane clan currently standing over Raiden's body. A couple of the Kakita members that they seem to have known him. One of them claiming that he was his brother and that he had betrayed them. They seem to be getting involved in that, while the rest of them are healing them, they're wounded, or discussing the strategies there with where Sakura and the others are standing. But as for the rest of you, you wake up from your long rest. What would everyone like to do?
Yeah, I would like to speak with the Titan. Yes, I'm standing in front of it. I'll just say, Ekron, are you here? Hoping he does not answer me.
you will see a series of infernal glyphs light up around the sort of console, as there seems to be a more obvious like control system here of different glyphs that would activate different abilities, and they all seem to be in that same infernal kind of script. Ekron definitely seems like it's there, and but you will get you'll feel that presence, but you'll see on one of those the, the screens, you'll see it print out. Uh, he's not in at the moment. Can I take a message?
Oh, no need. Just need to discuss something with you because of recent events. We might need to think of a plan B of sorts. Well, whether we like it or not, we are a weapon that, well, shouldn't be controlled by anyone. So is there a way to, well, if the time comes to destroy both of us, so no one can use us? Like doomsday protocol of sorts.
You'll see a little like it'll pause for a moment and say, I'm not sure you should be looking into that, Jerry. The boss has been waiting a long time to get control of this thing. And you get the impression that it's not the actual Titan itself communicating with you. It's like there's something on the other end of this line that is sending you messages. The Titan itself doesn't seem conscious. It seems like it is being controlled.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll just climb in and start looking through it myself, trying to find it without the Titan's help or whoever is on the other side of the line.
Okay, yeah. So you as the original designer would know if you have put some sort of like self-destruct or some sort of protocol in place. That's sort of up to your discretion. Um, but you would notice that whoever's controlling this on the other side is actively trying to keep you away from those systems. Though they don't seem very smart, whoever's doing this, you can give me a religion or an insight check as you go through the messages that they are sending you, trying to dissuade you from looking for this.
21 on insight.
Okay, yeah. As these messages are coming through, um, eventually you start to realize that this is not Ekron in control of it, but currently there is uh, an imp named Gary that is just trying to do his job and is uh, very scared that he'll get into trouble with Ekron if you find a self-destruct button.
With a 19 intelligence check. Can I put like a camera loop so it looks like I'm not doing anything while I'm looking for it?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, no, you definitely you cut off any uh, visuals that he had in here, and you're just going through the system, so you're just getting these like pleading messages going, come on, I thought we were supposed to be on the same side right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, we are, but if Cthulhu wins again, I can't risk it. And I don't think Ekron is willing to as well.
He seems convinced by that, yeah. So is there such a thing on the Titan?
I believe Jerry would play something, but mechanically there is nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you haven't. We haven't actually gotten into the specific stat block of the Titan. So it's definitely there could be something on there. But there was also, I'm trying to think, wasn't there was an ability? I think that was. Yeah, I can't. There's so there is one of those like sealed beast abilities that could probably activate to create that kind of effect. But yeah, we'll say you do manage to find a last resort kind of doomsday option in there. But that would, I mean, that would kill you to destroy that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Also, if you guys are wanting to speak to these inner beasts, I'm sorry, I've lost a lot of my notes because my laptop's broken. So there may be some things that I mess up or miss. Just bear with me or correct me if you notice any inconsistencies. I just don't have my notes in.
All good here.
So Australia, you would know that the um by this point you have learned the sort of drumming ritual that would need to take place to awaken the elemental rhythms and call out to whatever this creature is. But yeah, it could. You could probably use some help from some other party members or musicians here, though. Yeah, your performances are probably good enough to keep you going. There is still the problem of when to do it that the rest of them are discussing still in the crater.
Yeah. Because the problem here is, unless it's summoned instantly, if we wait until Cthulhu comes, then it would need time to appear. Ugh. Oh, fuck.
She says that is a good point. The drumming ritual will take 10 minutes. But where the creature will actually appear, or like they don't know. That none of them actually seem to know anything about the creature itself.
When are we actually fighting Cthulhu? Is that like next thing we're gonna do?
Well, that's the thing. You guys have come out here for a fight, but there's like Cthulhu's minions are walking out of the sea, but there's been no sign of actual Cthulhu. Like that's kind of what the Crane Clan's point is. Like, what's the point of summoning the beast now if it's going to come out and not have anything to fight? Like, they think that you should wait. But you specifically, June, you did get a hint at when it will happen. I don't know if you've forgotten about that or if you've just been holding on to it.
I think I might have. Can you remind me?
So you heard, or there was something in your book, I think, that told you Cthulhu will appear on the darkest night
So
of the the darkest night of the trial, which I don't think you actually looked into.
I don't think I was ever told that. Okay, yeah. So that equates me to thinking that is the new moon.
Or
interesting.
the longest. Actually, it won't be the longest night because it's spring.
Darkest night would be a new moon. So yeah, I'll probably I'll tell that to the group. So I might have an idea when Cthulhu is going to come on the darkest nights of the trial.
We'll also point out that the calendar has got the moon phases wrong. At some point it resets, so the moon
Yeah, no
phases
worries.
I'm working off of aren't the same as the ones on the calendar. But you can ask me what they are supposed to be. I can tell
Okay,
you.
cool.
Make a check to know, to figure out when there is a new moon.
That depends on which moon.
How many are left?
Well, the moons are still in the sky. The one is just looks shattered, and the other one has gone dim. But the other one, you guys specifically know, is not really a moon. And yeah, so they all go through different phases, but you can give me a nature check or a survival check to tell when the darkest night might be, because there are times when all three moons are full, and there are times when all three moons are a new moon, and then it is
Okay,
incredibly
no
dark.
idea.
It just occurred to me. You don't think that means it might come during a lunar eclipse, don't?
No, we are not. We are not fighting like Slant.
What? I beg your pardon?
You not knowing that is like a criminal that is, in some countries, basically sentenced to death.
Yeah, you
Slant.
said slant. That's not a word. No one knows what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one confused.
No, don't worry. You're not
Slan
quite
is a
involved.
word.
Yeah, we didn't actually hear what you said.
Oh, that's a Berserk reference. Who has actually read Berserk?
Okay.
All right. Anyway, do I know of any lunar eclipses specifically that are coming up, or perhaps a solar eclipse?
You do know that the test is supposed to end signaled by an eclipse. That
Oh,
I think it started with an eclipse and it will end with an eclipse. That's how everyone knows that the test is over. You need to be back in your cell when that happens.
okay, cool. So,
The 12th.
is this a solar or lunar eclipse?
Lunar.
Okay, cool.
Let me. Sorry, I'm just trying to.
All right, and it's in a couple days' time, I'm assuming.
So yeah, so you guys are on the 4th day of the survival trial now. You with your, let's see, yeah, Sakura, you would know, and Astray, you would know that the eclipse is supposed to happen on the 12th, which is a lunar eclipse, and a full moon. No, maybe, yeah, and a full moon. But
Okay.
then Sakura, you would know with the 27 that tomorrow is supposed to be the brightest night, the day after is supposed to be the darkest. It's pretty famous that on the brightest night there is an aurora that fills the sky, which some believe is created by the dragons, the celestial dragons, and it's quite a spectacle to see. You can see it from anywhere in Kiga. Um, so you know that is supposed to happen tomorrow, which is also often when a lot of the fighting during the Genfuku happens because it's a very bright night. The following night is when all the ninjas come out because it is the darkest night.
Okay.
Then there is one more night, and then the eclipse is when everyone goes home or goes back to Nishsar.
She'll relay that to the party, and also feel like we're very behind if we have what sounds like 3 or 4 days left.
Honestly, I think the trials are the last thing on our minds right now when we're trying to stop the invasion of eldritch horrors beyond our imagination.
Well, unless you have any other preparation to fight the Eldritch Abomination, you might as well go for the rings.
That's actually what I was thinking as well. We may as well try to do some trials, build up our power, do some training, and make sure we're ready for the darkest night.
Haruka from the Crane clan will also say the other samurai also may not know what is actually coming. I mean, those of us who were going for the water trial have obviously seen these creatures, but many of them could be continuing the trial without even knowing what's going on. And if that, whatever turned the River Ronin, if that thing can get to them, we could have a much bigger problem on our hands when we get back.
Okay. This was the water temple, yes?
Oh, this is
It
the water
was.
temple. Not sure where the ring is supposed to be.
Oh god, I'm lagging again. Ugh. Okay, I think. Oh god, okay. I think I started lagging again. Ugh.
No, it also has been quiet. So, okay, so it seems like someone leaning towards going back. The Unicorn Clan will again say, "There's. Why would we wait around? We could preemptively summon this beast and try and find Cthulhu, put it away before it does any more damage. Maybe that would stop the armies and kill two birds with one stone." At which the Crane can scowl. They clearly don't like that saying.
Or we just go on a wild goose chase, not find Cthulhu, and when the Dark Knight comes, stomps us when while we spend all our resources trying to find it. Let it come to us and fight it. It's the easiest solution. Allows us to build up our power and hopefully prepare.
Sure,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
think
you guys. Has anyone else got any opinions on this? this is
June,
a conversation to be had between you guys about what you'll be doing next. So the Crane and Unicorn clan seem on board with the decision that you make, but it's kind of they seem on either side of the argument. It's up to you to make the choice.
well, June is the resident expert. You think we can track Kafun?
I mean, we can try, see if I can track her. How would I track? Would I be able to track Cthulhu?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen Cthulhu. You figure it's if Cthulhu rises out of the ocean, everyone's going to be able to see him. It won't be hard to keep a track of, but you also know where the release happened. So yeah, I mean, you might be able to scry on it or something. But otherwise,
Yes,
you
I
know,
do have scry.
though Cthulhu might be immune to scrying or something. But I think yeah, you do know because you are being called to go there. So you are kind of getting a beacon. There is this eldritch like presence that is drawing you that way. You've been strong enough to resist it completely thus far.
I mean, I'm pretty familiar with Cthulhu, and I literally have the freaking Necronomicon, which is also a connection, so it would actually have a -15 to save. But I don't know if it has like like a spell effect or whatever that makes it immune to scrying or being scryed on.
Yeah, I think it might, but I'd say you can probably like that probably won't apply to you as a yeah. I mean, it's your patron kind of thing, so
Can you repeat that? I'm lagging really bad again.
I
Okay, there we
don't
go.
think I think it does have that ability, but it wouldn't apply to you.
Oh, it wouldn't apply to me. Okay. I mean, I can quickly scry on Cthulhu to see if I can figure out where she is. It is whatever the fuck's gender is. Yeah, would everybody be happy with me scrying on that?
Yeah.
It?
Yep.
By all means.
Right. So June would begin. She would open up her Necronomicon, begin drawing a chalk circle, like a summoning circle type of thing, with a pentagon in the middle, and she would begin casting scrying to try find Cthulhu. I'm gonna need it to make at the end of the 10 minutes. I needed to make a wisdom saving throw because I am very familiar with it. We'll have a -5, and because I literally have the Necronomicon, which is directly linked to Cthulhu, it would also have a -10, so a -15 to the roll total. DC 20 there.
Minus 15 to the DC with the roll itself.
Okay, so it
Mhm.
needs to. It's just a straight roll there.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
with a
I
minus
am
15.
definitely scrying on this Cthulhu.
Okay, so yeah, you
It is
absolutely.
a wisdom save if it has like advantage on any checks or anything like that.
Yeah, it's fine. This you managed to succeed,
Okay, cool.
and yeah, you'll kind of open that eye to see Cthulhu, a form that you've seen before, but is much bigger than you remember seeing it last, like seeing it in the void. But you can see it just waiting at the bottom of the ocean. You see these massive tendrils just that seem to have overtaken the seabed, and it is right on the bottom of the ocean, where that temple that you went into is, and you can just see out of that temple there are creatures swarming in and out of it. They seem to be going in both directions, as you see all kinds of eldritch abominations and horrors, and you can just see that Cthulhu is like seemingly commanding them, but as soon as you start looking at it, it looks back at you, and it seems to be just, it like opens its eyes and looks directly at the scrying orb.
Yeah. The scrying orb would not move. Jean would continue looking right at Cthulhu.
You'll feel that resonant pulse just trying to draw you to it again. But you'll see it is still, it's still calling you as though you were an ally, despite the fact that you've been pushing that line with the past few fights. It doesn't seem to care what you've done to its other minions. It still wants you.
Right. Okay. She would cut the connection then. All right. Gang, I might have
One
a
other
very
thing.
good, stupid idea. Oh, yes?
Sorry, one thing I forgot to mention is you could see going into the temple, it was the top of the bottom of a whirlpool.
Oh, is that the bottom of the whirlpool? Okay.
Yeah.
Could have guessed that. Yeah, once she comes out of her scrying, she first tells everybody what she saw and where Cthulhu is. And then she says, all right, gang, I think I might have a very good, dumb, stupid idea.
You're gonna marry Cthulhu?
No, that's not what I was getting at. Cthulhu still thinks I'm an ally. For some reason. So, we could possibly get very, very close if we willingly, in air quotes, give ourselves over.
That sounds like a bait.
Oh, it's most definitely a bait. And most definitely a trap. But if we willingly set the trap off, we can be at the advantage. And if it isn't, on the off chance it isn't a trap, and we actually trick Cthulhu, we might have a good in. It's possibly dumb enough to maybe work. Thoughts?
Are we going to bring that creature with us?
The dragon turtle?
No, the one that they are summoned by the. I think he's referring to the one that is summoned by this drum.
Yeah.
The what?
The one will want to use the drum to summon.
Oh, that thing. I mean, if not, why not? Could potentially we could also bring the dragon turtle with.
I don't think it's our decision to make about the dragon turtle?
The unicorn would nod and say, "If we're taking the fight to Cthulhu, then we're with you. I mean, I don't know about giving ourselves over, but we're happy to support with the dragon turtle and everything we've got." What are you suggesting exactly by giving ourselves over? Like going in as prisoners? I mean, you saw what happened to those who gave themselves over willingly and gestures to the bodies still lying there.
Well, you can. You might not know this, but I may sort of. Cthulhu might sort of be my patron. So I might have quite a bit of sway to uh, convince her that you have joined their side. It's where I get all my powers, you see, as she flickers some Eldritch Blast in her hands.
You see Master, the one who volunteered to be the vessel to contain Cthulhu, eyeing you out carefully and like giving me this look like, why would you reveal that? But the others all frown and say, and you're claiming that you're not on Cthulhu's side, but that you're already getting power from them.
She, for some reason, still thinks I'm an ally. And as you can see, and she points towards all the dead things and lots of dead Cthulhu minions, I've been a very good ally. I don't know what sort of ally would want to willingly kill hundreds, if not thousands, of their own allies.
Master smirks, but insane. You can actually, June, you can give me a persuasion check to try and convince.
Sure thing. I shall roll this in D&D Beyond because I currently am not on the game. Let me just quickly turn dice rolling on. And also switch off my extension because I wanted to roll in the D&D Beyond thing. Turn that off. There you go. All right, persuasion. Don't fail me now. Wait, wait, that isn't right. Why is my persuasion only plus 12?
It's
And-
fine.
Oh, that's way.
Yeah, they they look around and some of the unicorn are like, well, she did cast a genocide jutsu and take out about maybe like 1,000 of them in one blast. So maybe she's telling the truth. And yeah, they seem convinced by the evidence you have presented.
Well then, who wants to kill Cthulhu?
Let's get to it. Rather business to attend to once we're done.
Hmm. Oh
Sato,
god, sounds like it. No.
yeah, Sato, if you disagree, now's
Well,
the time to bring it up.
he's
I'm
tired.
open.
But no, it does sound like a good idea. But it's at the same time it doesn't. He's conflicted.
Now, in order for this to make this work, it wouldn't be a bad idea to turn you to make it look like I'm turning you into one of my thralls, just one of your main leaders, to convince Cthulhu that I'm not gonna bullshit my way through, because I can tell, she can probably read my mind. So if I've created at least a thrall of a big leader, I could possibly make my lie go through easier. And then you can have any high-level caster cast a remove curse on you, and you will be relieved. I'm addressing this to any of the main leaders of the Unicorn or Crane clan.
They look extremely reluctant. But
It's,
they
it's
go,
entirely up to you.
I mean, that's all good and well in theory, but when would we get a chance to actually cast that? There is still the matter of trying to seal this creature, and we'll need a number of casters for that. I think if they're under an influence like that, it could be detrimental to us. We could always try to fake it, but yeah, they seem reluctant. Are you suggesting to do this to just the leader?
Yeah, just the leader. Just one of the big leaders. It'll basically I'm gonna give them full control, but I'm just gonna turn them into a thrall. So Cthulhu thinks, oh, okay, you've turned at least one of them into a thrall. It is. I understand that there's a lot of trust you're giving me, but in order for this to work, I need to have every possible advantage I can in when communicating with Cthulhu.
One of the Crane clan samurai, I mean the Unicorn clan, steps up and he says, "Okay, I'll do it." And you can see he was quite badly hurt in the last fight. I mean, you have had a rest now, so he's recovered quite well, but you will see his armor is torn up from a fight with the Mind Flayers. Of the
Alright.
Crane, you'll see one of them that's busy looking down at Raiden's body just turn around and say, "If this is what must be done, then I will make the sacrifice. But we're trusting you against our better judgment. Don't make us regret this."
She nods. She then looks at the rest of the party. You guys are all on board with this, right?
Can't be better. Can't be worse than the future.
I'm pretty sure it can be, but if you're sure you can drop your control over, well, the leaders, even though Cthulhu is there. Sure.
Hope. Well, I'm hoping those Cthulhu won't realize that when I drop the control in the room.
You
But
think an
we'll-
ancient being won't realize that?
Well, when they're under my control, that hopefully will mean that she thinks I'm 100% trustworthy.
You just said that it's going to be a trap, and now you're saying that they're dumb enough to believe us.
I don't know what Cthulhu's plan is. It could be a trap. It could not be a trap. It could be anything. This is how I'm hedging my bets right now. This is why I'm opening the discussion to everybody else. You can throw your input in. I've given you all the information I can.
Doesn't seem like the best idea, but so far there hasn't been a better.
It's either that or wait for him to show up.
We'll go
Possibly
back
more
to
powerful than
Kiga
friendly
and
is.
we'll go back to Kiga and try and protect the rest of the samurai. That is
Yeah.
the sort of other option that the crane is putting forward. Yeah, so far the three choices you have are either to perform the drum ritual and summon an unknown beast to fight Cthulhu, to head back to Kiga and save the other samurai from Cthulhu's minions, or to give yourselves over or give the leaders over as thralls for June to try and trick Cthulhu into thinking that you're on their side. I'm not sure what happened after that, but
Theoretically, we hit Cthulhu where it hurts. It's a very risky plan, but the potential gains are quite endless. We can end this right here, right now. Less people have to die, but there's the possibility that we all die in the process.
and when you say hit them where it hurts, Ren will ask, is there some weakness that you know of that we'd be able to exploit if we were able to get in close?
Does she know of any weaknesses besides her golden mask plan? That she's hiding her golden mask?
Not necessarily, but you guys as a group, June might not have been here for that one. I don't know. Maybe you must have, but Jerry definitely has a whole list of weaknesses that were used to defeat Cthulhu before.
Yeah, they hit him hard to essentially like break through his protection, or that's at least what the Lion Clan Kami said. Then they used the waves to sneak in closer to him, and well, their Eldritch specialists managed to weaken him, performing some sort of ritual. And then when he was exposed, they could target his soul. This is what I remember as a player.
Yeah, there were. I'm trying to find the notes, but Yeah, that was that was the gist of it. It mentioned a few of Cthulhu's defenses that they had to fight through before they could even damage it. I'm trying to find the specifics now, but Jerry would have them. He'd have a bit more information than that. Again, sorry, without the notes, it's difficult, but I do have them here somewhere.
Damn it, I wish Elias was here. He'd be able to make a very convincing argument very quickly.
Elias will also be able to remind you of they seemed like something hatched underneath like this big cosmic horror that is lying next to him. They found in a room downstairs, which hasn't really come up again. But it seemed like that's where that came from, and I don't know if, if that's worth investigating to you, or just Elias is probably the only one that remembers that.
I think I missed that session where
He's the only one who was
all
there.
that combat and stuff and hatching stuff happened. Hmm?
He's the only one that was there. Elias, I mean.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
him
yeah.
and Kazuma, who they ended up down there, but there is a door that leads just down a set of stairs near the drum where that on that little rock it goes down underneath this temple area.
Jin would look to Sakura. So, know your problem with tentacles, but would you still be able to join us?
Honestly, she probably wouldn't be sure. Going up against mind flayers again is one thing, but going face to face with Cthulhu, that's those are a lot of big tentacles.
Well, you're supposed to be the future emperor. This is what the future emperor is supposed to do. Be scared and go away and let the others handle everything.
Mm.
Hey, maybe that's how you survived. I don't know.
Maybe this is the way you became emperor.
By killing Cthulhu?
Who knows?
She'd be willing to try. But I feel like she'd probably be making those wisdom saves at disadvantage if it's Cthulhu instead of just mind flayers. So yeah, she'll go with, but it'll be rough.
Well, we could really use your firepower.
Yeah, I mean, you would remember back in the void, you did manage to chase it back into its hole last time, Sakura. That obviously in the void you had somewhat more power, but I mean, you have fought against it before, even though that version of it seemed weaker somewhat. This will be Cthulhu at its full strength.
Yeah, you can tell that she's like visibly very like fidgety
Yeah, as are the rest of these samurai. To be fair, they, even though they are trying to all put on a brave face, and some of them genuinely are very brave individuals, this is a threat unlike most samurai would ever have to face. And bear in mind, you guys are not even officially samurai yet. Most of the people around you are considered to be the elite of the next generation of samurai from your clans. But this is a test beyond which they were expecting.
Yeah, I'm just trying to gauge like the extent of her fear of this.
Fortunately, Sakura, it's time for you to rise to the occasion because you're going to be a better help in there than most of these people.
Fair enough.
I'll be right.
Yeah, if anyone rolled an insight, you'd probably be able to tell that she does not want to go face to face with Kasumi.
Well,
It's
one of the
inevitable, but
ways,
she does have to.
one of the ways to get rid of the fear is to face the fear. What better way than to face the giant motherfucker that's responsible for all the tentacles? If you
I mean-
manage to kill him, then you'll never see a tentacle again.
You do realize how appetizing my brain is for them, right? Like, it's bad enough having, like, those. I mean, Mind Flayer tentacles are already pretty big, just reaching into my skull and taking my brain. Can you imagine a Cthulhu tentacle? Like, I would have no head anymore.
If he kills you
now-
or takes your brain, it makes no difference at all.
Now, imagine if we don't succeed. What would happen to everybody else? You know better than most people, well, everybody, the type of trauma that is.
It's rich coming from you who decided to attune to the Necronomicon. Were you thinking about anyone else when you did that?
Well, no, I'm a selfish bastard.
No, all of
But
us
I'm
must
sure you care about all the
think-
people back in Kiga.
No, all of us must take the full for decision you made. So I don't really think you're in the place to
Necronomicon is
lecture
not
me
related to this.
about thinking about other people. I mean, if it was anyone else lecturing me, then sure, but it is kind of your decisions that you made selfishly that got us here.
You know that I'm trying to solve the problems that I created, right?
Are you saying this in front of the other samurai as well?
She'll say this
No.
telepathically.
Yeah, we're
Just
having like
to-
a telepathic standoff right now.
Okay, cool.
If I wanted to join Cthulhu, I would have done it by now. Either way, do as you please, Sakura. Then we walk away then.
Well, that dragon is probably making minions out of the rest of anyone it can find in Kiga right now. So we'd better make a decision. Otherwise, it could be too late.
Well, everybody knows my stance.
So
I guess we should go.
I'll go.
Before we do, June, can you make me a favor?
What is that favor?
Catch, and I'll toss a dagger to you. That's essentially kunai. Can you keep that at all time at yourself, please?
Looks at the dagger. What's so special about it?
Yeah, nothing. Nothing that you need to know, at least. I'll just call it a safety switch.
Sure, pocket it.
Thank you. And G, can you maybe help me because I feel sore as fuck? Or Astrea, maybe? I'm at exhaustion 1, that's why I'm
Okay, by which you mean exhausted. Like we're all feeling a bit. Z does have a pick me up, but I don't think.
Shit.
Yeah, that gives you hit points. I don't know. Do we have anything that helps with exhaustion? Oh,
That's right.
restoration does, doesn't it?
Yeah, greater 1, not lesser 1.
Yeah, Z can help you out with the greater restoration.
Oh, pray G for Z.
Does it though? Oh yeah, you can reduce.
As she does, I'll just give 1 kunai to her as well. And tell her that to keep that at herself, and in dire time of need, I might be able to come and help.
Thank you. Do you think maybe we should leave one here? I mean, I don't know if the plan is to play the drum now, but might be a good idea to have a way back here.
Here, I have one at. Actually, you're correct. I have one at the beach, but this place wouldn't be that bad either.
You didn't put one at the beach. You put it on the dragon turtle.
Oh shit! Correct.
The beach got up and walked away.
Yes, you're right. I forgot.
You did use that one though, so it did actually come in handy.
Oh, I actually tried. Yeah, thanks for the advice, G. I'll make sure to plant one before I go. I need to make notes where I'm putting them. Jesus Christ. Let me do that right now.
Yeah, also, once you've been to a place, I think teleportation is much easier as well for those of you who might have that kind of magic. So getting back to these drums, it's not just like you came here and then if you leave, it was a waste of time. Like, getting back here should be much easier now.
Oh, are we ready to go?
Out of character, my power
think
does
so.
go out in 10 minutes, so I'll be just in voice from then on. Which means
Okay.
I'll probably need someone to control my character if we go into combat.
I think we can handle Cthulhu diplomatically.
We
Well,
can talk him out
yeah.
of destroying the world.
Yeah, let's go for that. then.
Yes.
Kate, this may be the one creature you can't defeat with a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Cthulhu
He's gonna-
hates tea. We
What?
should just make that point. Yeah,
Canon now.
if it were up to Cthulhu, it would get rid of all the tea in existence.
Then can I use my cantrip tea ceremony to do damage to it? Here,
Cthulhu-
have some tea.
Wait a
2,000
second.
psychic damage.
Wait a second. Is it too late to join Cthulhu now?
Probably not.
Cthulhu's a coffee person, actually, because when you've been asleep for 100 years, you need a cup of coffee when you wake up.
Sounds like Cthulhu is the
Yeah.
right side.
Yeah, 2,000 psychic damage, maybe not, but you definitely be able to piss it off. But yeah, if you guys are going to continue on, please just also reiterate what your actual plan is, yeah, because just so that I'm clear. But yeah, what is the final plan? Since you got it.
Matt is not here, right?
Yeah, I guess we go with the mad plan and try to sneak into it, and hopefully we don't get fucked.
Okay, everyone in agreement to go with June's plan? Sounds like we've got Seto. Just yeah, a yes from everyone that is down for that.
Yeah, let's go with John's plan.
June's plan.
Mm.
Okay, then June, could you please just reiterate what the exact plan is actually, yeah, and then we can go to
Sure
the next execute.
thing. So I will turn the leaders of, I guess the highest leaders of the clans into my own thralls. We would then basically, I guess, take the dragon turtle down into the whirlpool where Cthulhu is. We will hopefully march in unabated, as June will be sending out the mental signals that I am one of them. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I roll well, and take everybody to Cthulhu to get finally turned into thralls. At that moment, I will break the connection I have on all the leaders, giving them full control, and attempting to kill Cthulhu. That's the plan, in a nutshell. It's a plan. Any input on the plan would be very great. I would be very grateful.
Well, it's either that or waiting, going back to the mainland and helping the other samurais out, maybe uniting the clans too for the final battle. We won't have the surprise, but we will have more people with us.
Don't know if we will have time, but that
You have a few
wouldn't
days to set it
be
yourself.
a bad idea. That's true. That is a good idea. We could try get more. Maybe even more turtles. Turn more people to thralls. Be even more convincing. That could work, actually.
Yeah, that's not what I meant, but yeah.
Well, it'll be more convincing.
So then you're implying that you do want to wait, and you're not going because I mean I assume June's plan was to go down now, like to try and head straight down there. But are you then suggesting going back to Keegan first, or are you trying to split the party?
That's either or. I think splitting the party will
think-
work here.
I think time is more of the essence to get everybody in now when they're not expecting it, while their guard is quote unquote down. Because right now they're busy sieging the whole the whole of Kiga's coast, so that's where all their troops are. If we go try to get some more samurai, we're going to be taking them away from the front, increasing damage to Kiga.
I'm pretty sure he will come to us when he rises up.
And I will remind you, June, with that scry, he wasn't alone. You did see like massive amounts of forces going in and out of that temple. So his,
Oh shit.
I just want to remind you, said all his armies are in Kiga, but they're not. They're
Not all of
currently
it.
going to Kiga, and they seem to be coming from there where Cthulhu is.
Hmm.
So your plan could, I mean, it could work. You would be disguising yourself as those forces. I'm just saying, you wouldn't be alone down there in that temple.
Yeah. I mean, if we kill the commander, the army will fall, right?
Would we have enough time to kill him while his army is around him? I don't know how long this ritual takes.
That's the kicker, isn't it? We have to hold them off long enough in order to get the ritual off and to get the ritual off on Cthulhu.
Well, they can offer some explanation about the actual ritual. I'm not sure if I gave that to you specifically, but it's called the sevenfold sealing jutsu. There are mechanics to it that they've got written on a giant scroll here. If you want to read through them, because I mean this has got specific mechanics, but it is a high risk, high reward kind of jutsu that demonstrates some immense sacrifice and dedication required to contain such a powerful creature. It is no simple, it's not just like casting a normal spell. It requires 7 casters, and each caster needs to channel the power of their respective elemental affinities. So, like, you're going to need an S rank in each element to cast these, but you have got some unicorn and crane that could fill in spots if it's not you guys specifically. I will post the mechanics here.
Perfect. Like I say, this is a very, very high risk operation, but has the potential to save a lot of lives. In this right now, right here.
God, formatting. Sorry. And then try it again. Okay. Okay, I'm revealing it to you. It should be in the journals section.
I would have a look, but I haven't. I'm just waiting a bit until my power comes back, and then I'll be able to be on the maps and stuff, and then I'll check.
It's supposed to be in one of the folders on the oh, there we go.
No, it's below.
I'll post it in Discord for you, June.
Oh shit, sacrifice?
Come on, power should be coming on soon.
I'm struggling to. Like a new Discord thing blocks the whole chat when you hit the character limit, so you can't.
You want me to send a screenshot instead?
Sorry.
You want me to send a screenshot of the jutsu in the Discord?
Okay, I'll post it.
Ah, perfect. That is a complicated jutsu. Goddamn.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a full-on ritual, but it's just a few stages. You've just got how many?
7.
All right, sevenfold, 7 cast. Also, the mechanic there is wrong. It's not lightning, ice, and light. Why did that?
Fire, water, earth, air, void, metal, and wood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wood is a thing.
Yeah, that you guys haven't actually like fully discovered that yet, but you would now be reading that in this scroll.
Does anyone here have metal except me?
Don't think so.
No.
Oh no.
I don't think we are supposed to. Wait, are we supposed to participate in it as well?
Well, they need to have each type of element here, and if no one has metal, I'll have to participate in it.
What do you mean? Are you supposed to participate? Who else is gonna participate?
Shit.
Like, I know you've got these other clans, but you realize you guys are the main characters.
I'm assuming that Sakura can count as a wood there.
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah, you would again be the only one actually.
Oh, fair.
This would actually for Jerry and Sakura, this may be the first time that you're seeing wood and metal referred to as elements. Like there's 5 rings. There's no wood and metal ring specifically. You were told that there are 2 secret temples, and it's now. I mean, you guys are proficient with those kinds of magic, and it's now sort of evident that you're not the first ones, but you're the only ones that you know.
But one more thing, I guess we'll have to. We need one more. We're 6 in the party.
Yeah, no. We need
Probably
correct.
He's like, well,
Z.
fuck me, right?
Oh, she has. She has.
Don't worry, I forget about myself.
Just counted the Discord players. And counted the 6.
He will remember that.
Oh, she didn't have a beast, okay?
I love how Z is the comedic relief. It's like, oh yeah, Z, fuck Z.
That is her whole energy. It's just fuck me, right? But you will be able to get the assistance of these of the other samurai. So it doesn't have to be your whole party. They can sort of fill in the spots that you are missing. And the Unicorn Clan specifically, they have got they were the ones that brought this ritual to your attention. So they can help out. But again, it's like it's probably going to work better if you guys are the ones doing it, and the vessel needs to be part of this. So whoever's going to have Cthulhu sealed within them, like I know it kind of refers to it a little bit there, like it's an item, but the vessel it's talking about is a person, and you're going to have to decide who that is because Masato has volunteered herself, but that's going to need to be one of the people in the ritual. And she could potentially handle the void part just for reference, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, she seems very willing to do that.
Why aren't we just letting it be in Z again?
Wait,
Is
what
there a
the
reason?
hell?
Well, if you think about it, she is like suspiciously eager to have it inside her. A little bit out of character. Sakura probably wouldn't pick up on this, but like out of character, is there a reason that we don't want to put it in Z?
Don't you
He's
have
not the
anything?
one who's enthusiastic about it.
I know.
Oh, okay. That was just
And
making sure.
Masato is very enthusiastic about it, which out of character I find a bit suspicious.
Oh,
Just
that's
why
the other thing is you can't have multiple. You can't have if you already have a sealed beast, you won't be able to put Cthulhu in there as well. And Z pulled out some things before that implies she may have one as well.
Oh, okay.
She hasn't really spoken about it much, but she did attempt to do some Twisted Beast stuff in the fight with the Rabbit Clan and got immediately won. So you haven't seen her use it effectively, but there may not be space in Z.
Okay.
So what you're saying is Z isn't actually completely useless. Good to know.
Yeah. She removed some exhaustion there, so maybe not. But yeah, I think the only two in this party that would be able to actually contain Cthulhu would be June and Sakura. The rest of you have got too much other shit going on in there.
And we do not want Cthulhu to corrupt the world tree. And June with Cthulhu is just too dangerous.
I think we saw what happens when June gets the Cthulhu in future.
Can we just take a rat and put Cthulhu in the rat?
I could
What
true
the
polymorph someone into a rat after they've gotten Cthulhu inside them.
Don't worry, June will definitely not double cross anybody in this party.
She'll
She's a
trust you.
heavy wig to Elias.
Unicorn would say that you could technically try and put it into a rat, but the rat would have to be part of the ritual and be able to cast that. Cthulhu would probably break out instantly and kill the creature. It should be stated that whoever is going to contain Cthulhu needs to be able to contain Cthulhu. Like you're going to, it's probably going to try and get out. They don't know much about sealed beasts, but from what they've heard, these things can be quite aggressive and take some offense to being sealed away in the first place. They'll try and explain this to you as though it is new information to all of you, not realizing how many of you are well acquainted.
Well, we need someone to hold the beast in within. I'm pretty sure Sakura doesn't want to do it. Not saying I want to do it, but I would be willing to be the center and try to contain Cthulhu.
No.
No.
To put it plainly, I don't trust you enough anymore.
Don't think anyone does. And
Matsuto
after what
again.
we see in future, I don't think we can trust you with such thing.
Fair enough, but we don't have any other options, do we?
Oh, we have
We
Masato.
do.
Yeah, Masuto says, I will carry the burden, lad.
Oh, wait, other people can do it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, you do. Jin, this is the same person that did last time. I mean, this has come up a few times. She seems very eager. But you would also have seen her using some eldritch magic herself in the fights before.
Oh, her. Okay, yeah. Cool, please take that burden. I don't want it.
This is the person.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember.
He's like, yeah, I'll hold Cthulhu. I can definitely control such a power. I'm sure I'll be able to keep it contained.
You just see June rolling her eyes.
Do we have anyone that can do the earth part? shit.
There may be one of them. Oh yeah, Atsusake, the guy that made the arena on the beach. He is
Oh,
proficient with Earth, but yeah, I think Jerry might be able to take that role as well.
oh, both of them. Oh, that is easy.
Yeah, I mean, because I haven't given a metal ring specifically, yours is you are good enough with Earth to do that as well. But you can't. Yeah, you'd have to take one of the roles. You can't do both.
Oh yeah, we're looking for someone that can do the earth because Jerry's already doing the metal ring, the metal element. I mean,
Yeah, so then Atsusake would volunteer. He says he can help. Not sure which of these Crane. One of them probably can, but not 100% sure which one. Oh, yeah, Chio would be able to help with the Earth, but you haven't even spoken to her at the moment. Estrella just is the only one who's actually seen her. She's been petting the dragon turtle this whole time and hasn't interacted with anyone. That's mainly because you guys haven't gotten out of this pit for hours.
Yeah, true.
You're very comfortable in the crater that Jerry made.
I mean, it's comfy.
Still a few dead bodies left. Look, outside of this crater is a mess. This is
this is the least messiest part.
Oh, the only thing left is to go.
So what does this process involve then? Tsubasa will ask as he the crane that has volunteered to be enthralled.
First, you're going to have to fall asleep. You can only do it once you're incapacitated.
All right then.
Once you're asleep, I'll do the ritual.
He'll look at the other one as they'll nod and say, "Well then, I suppose we'd best get to bed. I wish everyone luck, and remember, if you betray us." But he doesn't finish his sentence. He just gives you a look like he's putting a lot of trust in you here. But we'll go and speak with his clan as Tsubasa then tries to go and go to sleep. He'll try and sit in a sort of meditative pose to try and get to sleep.
Yeah, just out of character. I still can't believe anybody still trusts June to make any sort of plan whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any alternatives.
I could be taking you guys for a wild ride, and you guys you're still trusting Jin.
Sakura will quickly just pull Seto aside and just she'll talk telepathically, but pull him aside just because he can't talk telepathically back. Say, look, I don't trust June. If anything happens in there, and she betrays us, you'll fight her with me, right?
Why do you think I gave her the kunai?
Good plan. I'll keep a disintegrate ready.
Yeah, keep it locked and loaded at any point. You never know what the hell she can do inside.
She nods.
You gonna be okay?
I hope so. I don't really have a choice. I just have to be. Afterwards, though, I think we all need some therapy.
Hmm? You can say that twice. Well, I just hope everything goes as it should. I'm already tired of this fucking bullshit.
I agree. I just wanted to do my Genpuku. Make Myoji-san proud. How the fuck did it turn into this?
Yeah, I know how you feel. Shit gets continuously thrown at us. Nobody asks anything. Just happens, and all of a sudden we're tasked with having to deal with the world-ending bullshit. And we're not even samurais. That's the best part. But hey, maybe after we finish this, maybe they won't really force us to do the entire thing. And
Well,
maybe
I'm
they...
just hoping that after all of this, there's at least some of us left.
don't be negative. Pretty sure that either we all die or we all survive. I think we're gonna be fine. We have you, after all, and I'll pet you. I'll pet your, like, head. If there's a wrong thing, I'm sure that we'll... I mean, you're smart enough. You'll find a way.
I sure do hope so.
Yeah. Just remember, you can always disintegrate everything. So if you get scared, just doesn't disintegrate and it'll be fine.
In his
Sometimes
last words.
Sometimes destruction is the answer. And sadly this time, we're gonna need a lot of it. Oh, also, this is your last chance to formulate a bond, if you can, with someone here. Might help you in the future.
True. You better make it out of there alive, by the way.
I'm not really worried about myself. If it's time, it's time. We all saw what happened in the future, so who knows when it happened? Maybe it is the fated day. And maybe it isn't. What matters is that you get out alive, and if we saw the future, I'm sure you will.
She nods kind of sadly.
Yeah, don't be sad. I think being alive for a millennium is already boring. Yeah, come on, let's go. Should probably join the party and start going.
Yeah, she'll join them.
God damn it, my passive is 26. Are you done, June?
Yeah, I think while they were having that conversation, she would move over to the napping samurai leader and make him my thrall.
Okay, so they'll obviously choose to fail if there's a roll, but can you? Are you on the map here?
Yeah, I'm on the maps.
Can you post how that actually works, or what the
Yeah,
effect is?
sure thing.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's simpler than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's actually a very simple feature. It's kind of doesn't really do that much for 14th level feature.
No, that's bloody good. It's it's just nice and simple.
Mm.
It's yeah. So they will awaken fully under your command as yeah their eyes, or what does it actually look like when they become your thralls? Are their eyes turning black? Are they crying ink, or what happens?
Their regular eye color would turn to a dark, no, actually a lighter shade of purple. Nice and simple.
Okay, yeah. So they're both kind of they will be under your control, and if you are allowing them the freedom, they'll be trying to kind of look at their hands and be trying to figure out how much control they still have. But
Yeah. Jin would simply give them the command, "You are free to do what you want to do."
yeah, so you are not pulling on the strings right now, but you definitely have a hold of them at any time you could, and they'll give themselves a look over and then give you a nod, saying, I'm not sure if it's just the magic, but I feel like I have control. I guess you can be trusted." And they will stand back up and be ready. Um, so yeah, you now have control over a crane and a unicorn samurai.
Well then, Jin would turn to everybody. Let's hope this plan goes on without a hitch and can defeat Cthulhu.
So what now? Are we sneaking down there? I mean, what is step 2?
Now it's for me to accept and listen to Cthulhu's whispers that I can hear. That should give us, hopefully, safe passage. I'm sure we can actually fly on the Dragon Turtle's back directly there. I mean, can Jin make a like an Arcana check? Is there like a secret passcode I have to give to tell them that I'm on their side or anything like that? What does she actually have to do?
I mean, I'm not sure exactly the effect you're trying to achieve here, but if you wanted to like let them know that you've captured 2 samurai, you would just be able to kind of, that's like speaking to your patron. You could write it in your book say it like a prayer. I don't know, however you communicate, but yeah, in terms of like secret passwords or anything, there's not really.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, then she'll communicate through a book. She'll tell Cthulhu, I have bought a number of samurai. Please allow the flying dragon turtle to enter your domain. That's what I'll simply write.
You will get a response that says, "Well done. Bring them to the temple for transformation. There is an entrance beneath you. No need for transport."
So it doesn't want us to take the dragon turtle with us.
You'll get the impression that if the dragon turtle is also a thrall, then absolutely. But it is telling you that directly beneath you there is
Yeah.
a direct route to the temple at the bottom of the ocean. So whether that means just jumping off the island and going straight down, or whether that means in the cabin beneath this temple, you don't know.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll take the dragon turtle with us then. I think Zachary or someone can cast fly on it, right? Like we did previously.
Can he enter that area?
What do you mean?
Like where the hole is? Can the dragon turtle? Is it too big to get?
You can go downstairs and have a look. I mean, none of you other than Elias have been down there.
True.
I'll try and make a stairway. Just give me a second to link them. So it's got a different name.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, the staircase should work.
Yeah, that's a big hole. So it'll even crash down there.
What the fuck? Me no likey.
So what just exploded as he came
His
down?
Seto, it's an aura, I think. If he moves, it moves with him.
Has
Wait,
that
what?
been there the
Really?
whole time?
No, it just appeared.
I don't have anything on me, though.
We can see this, all the ground around you is. Hold on.
Really?
Looks like you came down with force.
For me, everything is normal.
Yeah, it should be gone. There were like a billion effects on it for some reason.
Jesus Christ.
But it just fell down the stairs, but made the superhero landing, and
Oh. Isn't that from your ability, Jerry?
it was
From
one of
your-
yours, I think, that you used in the last fight that just, I think, re-triggered. But a few of you, I mean,
I'm not on the map for some reason. On the
Go
On what?
down the stairs.
That's because it's still on the what's called top layer.
what do you mean you're not on the map?
like where do I go?
There's stairs
Stairs.
at the top a bit next to the drum, like below it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I gotcha.
Hello, June.
Hello.
So we're supposed to go down there?
So it seems. This is going to be one hell of a fight.
There, you see the same corrupted ice that was surrounding those River Ronin has filled this room, and in the center of that room, it looks like it has burst open like an egg that is like hatched or just like something crawled out of it. But you'd have to climb up along the side to see down into it. But from what Elias told you, it just looks like a bottomless pit, and that's where the cosmic horror climbed out of. June, this chamber would look familiar to you, I would say. The shape of the chamber that you're in.
What? I'm trying to think now where I've seen it before now.
You remember it having more statues.
Oh, I remember now. Okay. So, are we heading down?
Well, who's all heading down? Because you've got your two enthralled samurai, and then everyone else that isn't a thrall. What are the? So, what is the?
They, like, I'm under the impression that they would be following their leaders. They wouldn't be enthralled yet, but they would be following. I don't know if that's the thing. I don't know if that'll be a pass by Cthulhu.
Just say they are lemmings.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's the thing to find out. But yeah, how are you going to find that out? Sorry, it's like I know
I don't-
you're dragging
don't know
people
what I'm
along, but
doing.
I can't force you into a situation. There's choices to be made here. You gotta make.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. fuck it. Let's
mean,
bring.
what is
Let's
the-
bring. Hmm?
What are you trying to achieve with the whole thing? Because, like, I mean, I understand the the stages that you're going through so far, but I don't understand the full goal. Are you trying to like infiltrate the temple and then attack Cthulhu from the
Yeah,
bottom of the sea?
that's basically it. Yeah, we're cutting the head off the snake type of thing.
Yeah, by killing Cthulhu. That's a
Yes.
very
Well,
Yeah.
sealing him.
But no, I just mean with all of these samurai, you're trying to sneak them into the temple below.
Not necessarily sneak them in. They're going to be enthralled because they're going to be following their leaders. But I don't know if that's going to work or not. That's what I'm trying to gauge here.
Well, I mean, the rest of them aren't enthralled. It's just the leaders that are
Yeah,
under
I
your
found-
influence. The rest of them, yeah, maybe can be commanded by the rest of them, but they physically they're just going to be walking in there. So it's like right now, it's going to be quite obvious that you've only got two actually enslaved people and an army of samurai with you.
Mm, there's definitely a lot of holes in my plan. That's why I was opening it to everybody else to put in input.
I mean, I'm going to agree to jump down the hole. I'm just saying, I just want to know what where you're directing the rest of them to go as well, and what the rest of the party is doing more than anything. Are you guys also just trying to follow down and kind of pretend that you're under June's influence? Is that the
Yes.
like what approach are you guys taking? Because right now you're just in a creepy frozen room with a big hole in the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also under the impression we're going to take the dragon turtle down with us to the giant thing in the water. 'Cause that's where the devil is. But
Yeah, Jerry was asking to kind of see if the dragon turtle would fit in this hole, and looking at it here, I think it might.
Yeah, but how will it go like to this area? Will it enter this area we're in right now? Not the hole itself. It can't really go down the stairs. That's what I meant.
Well, Elias got here through a hole in the roof. You would know that the sort of water seems to be running above this cabin, and it just seems to have frozen over. So could potentially bust through the ceiling, but otherwise there are magical ways to do such things. But yeah, it doesn't look like the staircase is wide enough, I will say.
Can anyone teleport the dragon turtle in here? Or are we just jumping into the void?
I'm very much open to suggestions.
But you did also see another route down there. I mean, you saw that the temple's at the bottom of the whirlpool, so
Yeah.
the island that you guys are on is still directly above that whirlpool.
Yeah,
So-
that's the expected route I thought we were going to take. Like we fly out from the island, then down and slow whirlpool.
Sorry,
Can
I'll
go
be
with
right
that.
back again. You guys please decide what you want to do.
Jump into the hole.
Let's
June, what
go
I
to the hole.
understood is that
Yeah.
you want to convince Cthulhu that we want to come to a dark side.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we're going there with intention of going to the dark side, but in the end be like, "Surprise, motherfucker! We're not," and we fight him and try to
It's-
kill him. That's your plan,
Essentially,
right?
yeah, that's the plan. Very basically, yeah.
Yeah. So then there's no point. Just bring everybody, and
Yes.
you show. I can't control these motherfuckers. I can't control these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers control that motherfuckers, and we're all
Exactly.
here to obtain more power and help Cthulhu destroy the world. And then at a certain point, you drop the facade and we fuck him up, or you betray us, then we're fucked, and we have to, I don't know, get the fuck away somehow.
Basically, yeah, that's my plan in a nutshell. It's not a great plan, but it could work.
Yeah, but again, we already all agreed to it, so let's just not waste time and let's go.
Okay, cool. Then we
Everybody down for it?
So we're going through the hole or using the dragon turtle to go down below the island? It still didn't answer the question.
Yeah, where the fuck is Cthulhu? I mean, you know the way, right?
yes, it's at the bottom of the whirlpool.
Okay, so
Meaning we can shove everybody onto the dragon turtle, cast fly on the dragon turtle, fly down.
we
and
don't need
get-
to cast fly. We can just jump with her. She's probably sturdy, you know? It's a dragon turtle.
That's a big drop.
You can jump down.
I don't know how big it is. Probably like 300 feet or something. You can just drop with Dragon Turtle and then cast Featherfall rather than casting Fly.
That also works.
Yeah, Fly is higher level. Spell slot.
Yeah, they're good.
Or we can just all
it-
jump from here and not use the Dragon Turtle. Or you want to Dragon Turtle in order to fight the Cthulhu.
Then we can just fall the dragon turtle down to the bottom, and then we can swim into the whirlpool. That will work. Yeah, perfect.
We don't need to be down here. We need to go upstairs and then jump with the Dragon Turtle downstairs.
Yeah, that was my original idea. I had.
Yeah, we just came down here to check the hole. If we can go through here.
I mean,
You said we
yeah,
were going through here.
Is anyone actually looking into the hole? Because I mean, yeah,
I
it
think
said
the
there was an
thread is-
entrance below you, but it could have been referring to.
I think Astria is.
What's the
That's
worst
fair,
that can
give me a
happen?
You can give me a perception check as you try and stay down into this abyss.
Oh, it's made in the abyss.
Ooh, a 30. You see something climbing up this tunnel.
Oh, it's the best.
Oh.
It's June's
what the
best friend.
fuck is that thing?
You'll be fine.
What-
Seto, he will not.
For friend?
Friend to us, not to Seto.
What the hell?
You can see it is still like 250 feet below you, but it is slowly climbing up. You just see these massive, like pincers, like some sort of crab, but you see one eye down there looking up towards you as it slowly climbs its way up this tunnel. It seems like this is one of the exits that Cthulhu's minions will be pouring out of, and probably leads to that temple down below. There's probably more just like it down there, and it's making its way up. So,
Okay, we need to make a
time to make a
decision now.
decision is now.
Okay, let's go get to the dragon turtle, jump off, fucking fall the dragon turtle all the way down into the fucking whirlpool. Get down to the whirlpool and take the Saruman with us as well, and hopefully fuck up Cthulhu. That's the plan. Everybody happy with that plan? I'm
Yep.
happy with that plan. All right, shove all the fucking samurai on the dragon turtle. We're jumping off, pull the dragon turtle down, and so pull the fucking.
Or you could ride the Astral Dreadnought down.
Astral what now?
The thing.
I don't know.
The thing in the hole.
I'm not touching that thing in the hole.
Okay, so with that, uh, everyone piles up onto the dragon turtle, and the cranes, yeah, they'll be compact. No, I suppose everyone gets on the dragon turtle and will leap over the side.
And yeah, whoever. Wait, please tell me someone has feather fall besides. Australia has feather fall, right?
We can just hold on to him.
Yeah, everyone just like turns completely vertical. I need everyone to please give me a strength saving throw to hang on.
Australia, please tell me you have feather fall.
Sasu, can you roll for me, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
15. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I'm surfing on the dragon turtle. All the way down.
Wait,
Going to saving.
that was a 16.
Sakura got 10 as well.
Is it now I'm telling you I don't have featherfall?
Oh shit.
I do. I can save myself.
Please cast on this dragon turtle.
Of course, the dragon turtle is important. He's more important than you, June.
So you're casting Featherfall there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, by casting it on the dragon turtle, it will slow down, and the rest of you will be able to stay on its back as you gently float your way back down into the storm, where you can see these spires of water still just making their way around the whirlpool that seems to go down into the abyss as the dragon turtle splashes back down. And we will load you back to this map. I'll add the crane and I'm like, where's this noisy sound coming from? And then I realized that's the whirlpool.
Alright, everybody. Bless up. Hope for the best. Hopefully, I can convince Cthulhu that we mean no harm.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, so you guys descend down the whirlpool on this dragon turtle, and you're just letting it pull you underwater there.
Yep.
Okay. As you all go beneath, so there's a lot of tokens to move. Okay, as you go down below, you will all see, as you're getting pulled down this spiral, you'll see in the water, like behind this wall of the whirlpool, you will see more mind flayers and an assortment of these eldritch creatures that some of them look like giant sea monsters that are just moving through the waters around. They seem to be swirling around this place, and um, yeah, a lot of them seem to be swimming away from here. But it just seems like this endless horde of eldritch abominations that are down here, and you are heading right down into the heart of it.
If it was near June, you literally hear her just make the biggest gulp ever.
It's fine. June will drown.
Okay.
Would we recognize the statues? Or is it all just the same statue of Cthulhu? It's not really, it's different statues.
No, those are definitely different statues. You can give me a religion, yeah, a religion or a history check.
Both suck, but let's try.
I tried.
And
Do I need to
now,
make a check as well?
and now look, me saving the world.
Not that bad.
So, Seto and Jerry, you would have no idea who these figures are on these statues. Seto, you would recognize that one of them definitely looks like Cthulhu, but the rest of them look just like these weird alien eldritch beings. And Estrella, you would recognize them as the Great Old Ones. That these are far more ancient than anything you've come across in Kiga, and they have in your travels you have heard tales of um, alien creatures that all kinds of cosmic horror stories, and the stories of the Great Old Ones. These are them, or at least statues of them, and you can see that the glow in their eyes. It's probably where all of those eldritch abominations are coming from, is summoned from all of them. So where these actual creatures are located, you don't know, but you can see that they are using these statues to create this whirlpool and summon creatures from the void. Yeah, June, you've been down here before. They used to be at the bottom of this, where the whirlpool is now, is where the Elder Brain was the last time you were down here. But you have since seen that that Elder Brain is attached to the back of that dragon, so it is no
Yep.
longer.
Well then, shall we get going? I think correctly just got up the stairs, right?
This is, you guys spent 3 hours planning, and then now you're trying to rush it.
I don't know. I'm just fucking making it up as I go.
Why do you think I called it In the Mountain of Madness?
I'm just trying to change the music. Like,
You think Jin? Well, do you think player me knows what the hell's going on? I'm just making the shit up as I go. Improvising. It works.
I have June's. This is June.
Pretty much. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, you will also. This is all underwater. So what are you guys doing about the whole being at the bottom of the ocean thing?
Oh,
I mean, yeah. Remember, it has been a while. You guys have taken a whole long rest, so any of the spells and things that you cast before may have worn off.
oh well, I can just cast water breathing on the party, but I don't know about the samurai. They might have an issue. This is something I did not think would go.
Yeah, I also didn't think about it until now.
I was like, oh yeah, everything's kind of underwater. Oh fuck. Here, yeah. Which I have my gift of the depths. I can give up to 10 willing creatures 24 hours of water breathing.
Okay, nice. So I assume that's getting the whole party, and then you've got 3 more. Who are those?
Some extra samurai, I guess. The
two
probably
thralls.
more than likely the ones that are thralled, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I'm assuming other mages can cast water breathing as well.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, they will be able to and get the rest. The right one. Yeah, so as you guys get down here, you will feel that presence of Cthulhu get much, much stronger. Um, and I need everyone that isn't enthralled to please give me a wisdom saving throw as you get down here. And you see all of those statues looking down at you and hear those eldritch whispers in this little temple here.
Good luck, everybody. Don't fail your wisdom save, please.
Yeah, the dragon turtle can add a +4 to his roll. He's within 10 feet of me.
Nice. That will definitely help him. As that falsetto as well.
If he's standing close, yeah,
Would it,
can
how
be
much is it?
10 feet away.
I'm not 10. I am actually probably here, but I'm not in 10 feet.
I'm assuming June
I'm pretty
doesn't
sure
have
that's
to
10
make a
feet.
save, right?
Yeah, you won't count under this, but the Sakura and Estrella.
Sakura got a
Okay,
23.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then looks like you're all good so far. Estrella, just wisdom save for me. Okay, yeah, you're good. Okay, so none of you are affected by this as you feel this kind of headache as you get down here and you can feel them trying to get into your minds, but you're all able to stave it off as June, you lead the party towards the stairs, and is one actually still mounted? Okay. The dragon turtle might actually just be able to fit through this one, but it is the dragon turtle is going to be in this chamber. It will not be able to get through the rest of the dungeon. But let me see. Sorry, I did not expect you guys to go down.
Well, neither did we.
This was all made up on the fly, DM.
Yeah, it's all good. You'll just have to bear with me. As yeah, I mean, you definitely won't be getting to the big battle with Cthulhu tonight. I can guarantee you. But
Oh,
there
long
is
as
a whole
Elias is here next week, and I can talk to him about how we're gonna fool the party. I mean, what? I don't know what.
Elias, he drowned in the void. Drown yourself in a sea of stars. That is how the quote goes.
Yeah, I hope Elias is here next week because his favorite character is in this temple too.
Oh my
As
god.
you guys-
the
Oh man.
fish.
Just
guys get
imagine him
full-
coming back and we have just killed Jimmy the fish.
As you guys get to the doorway, you will see a little Kuatoa standing there with a clipboard and looks up at the dragon turtle and this army of samurai and just goes up. Welcome. Identification, please.
I lift my hand. You do not need to see our identification. As the guy.
You can give me a intimidation check if you. Where is Jimmy the Fish?
Oh, went too deep in to the abyss.
I mean, misplaced it, but so I also had my laptop, so I haven't been able to prep everything. But I'm just putting your tokens down.
Just apologies in advance, just in case you didn't predict this would happen. DM.
No, well, I mean, when last time when you were like, "Shall we go down the whirlpool?" I was kind of expecting it, but then I thought that ship had sailed, so I wasn't expecting it again. But it's okay. I do have stuff. I just don't have another problem. But you guys make your way down here. We'll assume that I'm just going to put those two the two samurai for now, but we can assume that you are walking with a bit of an entourage, as this place is much busier than it looks. I will put the rest of the tokens down for next week, but there are loads of eldritch abominations swimming through here that currently are are not paying you much attention, other than this little Kuatoa who's talking to you, and seems to want to check you in, like he's the bouncer of a very strange looking party.
Yeah, I guess Jin would walk up to Kyoto and say, I bring new followers of Cthulhu.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we're happy to have you. Welcome, welcome. You can make your way through to the armory, and we will be launching in 2 days. Make yourselves comfortable. I'm sure your tadpoles will kick in too. And it like gives a smile and a nod to all of you as uh, he points to the opposite end of the room, where you see just a tunnel leading into darkness, but you can see these fish statues all around you and a couple of Kuatoa walking about, who you may still have control over from last time, but do what you want with that.
Oh, man. Well, Jin will lead everybody through.
Okay, if anyone is trying to pass themselves off as a new member of this army, you can give me a deception check, but that'll be with advantage because of the crew that June has walked in here with.
Thank God for advantage.
You're welcome.
Who needs advantage?
The one that doesn't have proficiency in deception does.
Yeah, Derek, you've managed to get away with this kind of thing twice now. Actually.
Yeah, I know, but one of them was alter self. Like I changed my appearance.
Holy shit! I just realized Seto doesn't have any additions. So yeah, that 19 saved us. Oh my god. Oh man.
Yeah, honestly, how often does Seto lie?
A lot.
I mean, it's fairly simple to pass you off as zombie. I am Thrall. I don't think I just do.
That was so close to that one, I was shitting myself.
Thank
It
God
was
for
like
advantage, right?
slowly rolled to 19. I was like, saved.
Yeah.
Is anyone doing anything in particular to try and, like, as part of that deception check, to try and pass themselves off? Because it seems like you've done a fairly decent job.
I just tried to look intimidating enough so he will just say, fuck it, I'm not going to mess with him. Like, yeah, sure, he just passed.
Yeah, the Kuatoa definitely had that effect, just like, yes, go right along. But as you go on, you will see some bigger creatures that will be less intimidated, but just by the fact that they don't really seem
Smart.
not necessarily smart, but like to care. It's just like it's an alien mind. You can't really predict. But yes, June, you've been down here before, so you'd be able to lead the party back through these caverns. And
Oh no, why is that an end? Oh no, have I got the wrong way?
no,
It's an elevator.
but
It's fine.
you will remember that there's a process to getting out of this room, which is the note that I've lost. So give me an Arcana check to just try and eldritch glyphs or something.
It sucks out all the water and let oxygen in.
24.
Okay, yeah. What does it look like as you open a path to this other room, which I will put you all into now?
So there's gonna be like a couple stones on the on this wall, I guess, and you have to turn them in a particular sequence, all with deep speech on it, and that will open a small passage to get through.
Oh, damn it.
Nice and simple.
Sorry, I tried to move your tokens and accidentally clicked onto another map. Yeah, as that opens through to another side, you will see that there is one of those star spawn hulks similar to the ones that you fought at the doctor, and you can see it is just getting ready to leave here as well. You just see them kind of milling about, but with a bit of purpose. As everyone makes it through there. And it will turn and look at you all as you walk past, seemingly curiously. As June, you'll see ahead that the altar that you saw the dragon on, also empty this time.
What kind of session did I miss? Where all of that happened?
Oh, it's the fish session.
Are we not here? Go.
I'm not
I don't
sure.
think I was here.
Hmm.
Just a particularly memorable session.
Oh yeah, he was there, so we gotta have a recording of it.
Fish session.
Yeah, everyone was playing Kuatoa except for June. It was just
I
her.
wasn't here.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't here.
It was pretty fun. Very, very interesting. Yeah, it's been
No,
a
there was
long
no
while since we-
goblins.
So, yeah. Also, sorry, I'm still kind of getting tokens done, but you will see in here it is packed. It is there are just swarms of eldritch soldiers in here, and when you get into this chamber, I know it looks empty, but it is like a completely crowded room, and you can just see tentacles everywhere. It is Sakura's ultimate nightmare. This place.
Zany, could you please just roll a wisdom save for
Oh
her?
shit.
Don't-
Avada Kedavra.
19, but Jerry is close, so that would be 23.
Where
Okay,
is my
good.
support rat?
That's probably good enough. She manages to not curl up into a ball. Yep.
I like the mechanic of that. Just like, okay, I'm close to Jerry. I'm okay.
Well, I do have the devilish presence. It's not active, but it's there.
Like it's just you can't be scared of tentacles when Jerry's there to just.
yeah.
What if Jerry turns into tentacles?
He's your emotional support mouse.
Yeah, and then set as my emotional support cat with like a whole zoo.
You always manage to end up with a whole menagerie of pets.
I did not consent.
Consent.
Yeah, being a part of this.
This is what
Seto
it
did.
means
He
to be
literally
emperor.
swore. I'm dead, pretty sure, when she's emperor. So don't count me in.
Yeah, that
Same.
was him. Harikiri to like, nope, I don't consent. I'm going to heavens.
I leave.
No.
But yeah, these. It looks like you're in with all Cthulhu's pets at the moment, and Cthulhu is somewhere outside, probably taking over the whole outside of this temple.
Smoking.
And you just see a lot of the creatures are going back the way that you just came. They seem to be heading towards that room. That you get the impression also with that Arcana check that this is like a portal that is leading to probably various different rifts across the ocean and potentially in Kiga itself. So these things are not just marching out of the sea, they are swarming through those portals all over the place.
I'm starting to think more and more this was the correct decision because I don't think we would have lasted long against constant assault. Man. Okay, well, carry on down, I guess.
You just see these massive star spawn and eldritch creatures that are just getting in your way as you like have to shuffle through them, just getting right up close, tentacles pushing against your faces as you've got to squeeze through this.
What's
Yeah.
what's their size? Like, are they like bigger than large?
Yeah, some of them are huge. Let me put some tokens down. Hold on.
Like, I was going to turn like grow large and just push them aside as we walk through, but if they're bigger than me, I can push them, but it will be a bit disrespectful.
Huh? Sorry, I lost the Greek.
Damn.
Yeah, so a lot of these things are massive, and a bunch of mind flayers are milling around in here as well. Which, as you are walking through the crowds, you will see one of them kind of bump into you and just turn almost to apologetically, like sorry for bumping into you, but then is confused as to why it bumped into you in the first place, and it looks at all of you, and it says, "Wait a moment, I know you. We know you." As you see many eyes, some creatures that have got far too many, all start to turn towards your group as you kind of get into the middle of this section, and they seem to be looking over you all very curiously.
Well, I would have
Hmm.
said the same, but no offense, you all look alike.
I think, you know what, June's going to attempt to assert dominance. And she will say, yeah, as she's marching along, she'll say, "Ignore these ones, they're all below you." Nice, simple.
Okay, you can give me a persuasion or intimidation check there, or deception, I guess, whichever you sort
Deception.
of leaning into.
I know I'm short, but come on, man.
Oh, thank God I went deception. Jesus, 21.
Okay, yeah, you see it kind of look at the others, and then it rests its eyes on Sakura, and it says, "Ah, you finally turned them. Well done. She will be a fine feast." And you just see it kind of salivating as it looks at her over your shoulder. But
Can you roll another wisdom save for her, please?
Nom 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 nom, Sakura.
As soon as it opens its mouth, starts talking about Sakura, June is going to once and Eldritch Blast right at the floor right in front of her and say, "Touch any of them, you will feel my wrath." And she's going to give the biggest death stare and just give all mental energy onto one thing that made that comment.
yeah, you sort of look down at you and just snarl, like it's this horrible clicking sound that comes as it just looks like an animal growling at you, but it takes the hint and it backs away, and it says, "We will resolve such things when the war is done." And it it just sort of keeps on moving into the crowd. As here we go.
That was an intense moment. Jesus Christ.
And you see all of the eyes in the room just slowly turn away from you after that interaction. Like the moments of tenseness drops for a second, but you get the impression you do not want to be here long. As trying. Yeah, I mean, you seeing what's in this place. I think that gives you a decent idea. You can see the kinds of creatures. There are just a lot more of them uh, in this chamber. But you do see ahead of you that the chamber continues on, and you know that there are a few more tunnels to get through before you can get out. There are places in here that you could potentially hide, and there there are places that Cthulhu could potentially be hiding. But you get the impression that this is about the most dangerous place to be, especially if you want to try and start a fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think June is just going to pay attention to Cthulhu's call and she's going to follow that call.
will remind you, bringing all the crane and unicorn with you, who are
Mhm.
just as terrified as like you see them bumping into a few creatures that give them bad looks, but uh, as you manage to convince these creatures to allow you through, you make your way to the other end of the chamber. And I don't know, I mean, I know it's been a long time. I don't know if you actually remember the layout of this place or if you can see it.
Not particularly.
Okay, the
But I'm
layout,
assuming I go
yes.
left here, right?
Well, I can reveal it to you because you have been. So let me. Yeah, there we go. You should be able
Ah.
to see at least the layout.
Perfect. I'm going towards the.
The
Which area
entrance
am I
is
going
at the
to?
bottom. If you're trying to leave the temple, entrance is at the bottom.
Okay. And where may Cthulhu be is now the question.
Yeah, that's up to you to try and figure out. But you did see when you were scrying, Cthulhu was outside of the temple, was like taking up the size of most of this temple. So like it may be outside on the seabed, unless it has, an octopus can squeeze into a pretty small space. So it may be in here.
That's true. Then I guess we shall continue down and hopefully we come across Cthulhu. So I will tell the party as we go towards a slightly more quiet area. The vision I saw through the scry. So any suggestions would be very helpful.
I would at this point like everyone to give me a stealth check just to maintain this sort of appearance and disguise, because yeah, there are a lot of eyes looking at you, and
That's not good at all. Not at all.
That's not good either. Oh no. This is where the plan falls apart. The failed stealth checks.
so you manage to get through that chamber of like all of these eldritch beings, but as you get here, you will encounter a creature making its way up the tunnel, and it'll it's just a little Kuatoa that starts walking towards, and then it'll point up and go, "Hey, what gives? These guys haven't been enthralled. We can't just have people wandering around down here, we're trying to run an operation." And he's looking at you, June. You can see this. He's got a man catcher device that he's holding, which, yeah, he kind of points forward as though like he can help you hold them down if you need to. He goes, "We've got spare tadpoles in the back. You can follow me," and he points behind you to go in the like opposite the direction you just came from.
Jin would look at him and say, "Know your station, fish. I'm looking for Cthulhu. These ones are joining us willingly."
Well, I mean, we welcome them, but they still got to get a tadpole. It's just procedure. I do know my place, and I mean, who are you that you can speak to the great old one? He's kind of busy right now.
Jin kind of death stares this Kuatoa. "You don't know who I am."
And
"Yes?
you don't know who I am.
And who are
And
you?"
he's like,
Jin will start bubbling an Eldritch Blast in her hand. "I'm the one that serves him directly."
he goes, You listen here. I've been working in this temple for 20 years, and I've. Oh, wait, I have seen you. You're that one that. And those are the ones. And he's like now pointing just to you and to the rest of the party, like he recognizes you, but he can't quite explain where from, and he looks like he's about to start like shouting out, like he's getting really suspicious and
Yeah. Good. Your small brain is working very well now. So show me, where is he? Take these kind people to him directly. That is what he has commanded me to do. Now where is he? And if he wants, oh, what am I gonna do? Fuck. I will finger of death at him if he wants to try raise the alarm.
Yeah, you see him like opening his mouth, and you see his gills like opening as the bubbles form. You can see him casting thaumaturgy on himself to make himself much louder, and he looks like he's about to shout something out. As you had a spell ready in your hand. So are you casting what? Finger of Death.
Yeah, I'm not playing around with this motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna need him to make a DC 20 Constitution saving throw. I'm not gonna be the reason that this plan blows. I'm not letting a stealth check blow this plan up. Basically, 18 is a fail. That's gonna be. I'm just gonna roll that. So that's gonna be.
A lot.
I mean,
You
a
rolled
lot of
What the
damage.
hell?
3 times, 4 times.
Oh, whoops, shit. My bad. I accidentally rolled all of them at once.
What the hell?
Yeah, so we can take the actual cost of the spell that I meant to do in the first place. So it's going to be 65 necrotic damage, and it shall rise as a zombie belonging to me.
It has exactly 65 hit points.
Oh, thank God.
And it, yeah.
Oh wait,
what
it's
does
not.
this look-
It's not human. Oh well, it's not humanoid, so it won't rise as a zombie. Unfortunately, yeah. Well, I don't know. Scroll of call if you really want to, but
It is a
basically,
humanoid.
oh, it is humanoid. Okay, perfect.
It's a fish man. It's just an ugly
It-
humanoid.
because I'm within 5 feet, June literally just takes her hand and then goes directly on its face, and then basically this finger of death goes directly into its skull as it becomes a limp in her hand. Then she releases as it starts floating up, and then it just starts to come back as a zombie under my control. It like starts twitching a bit, and then its eyes blink at me.
Yeah, just like lets out a little bubble. As it is fully under your control.
Now, show me where Cthulhu is. I don't know if it has all the knowledge or anything.
Yeah, let's start walking in the opposite direction. Just start swimming ahead as it seems fully under your control.
Oh my God, finger of death coming in clutch. Holy shit. How many charges that was that? That was 4 charges.
And what's everyone else doing as you make your way through these tunnels?
Nothing. Just walking quietly after June.
Pretty much. Do not be suspicious. Do not be suspicious.
Just keep your mind blank.
Not high enough.
Yeah, as we're moving here, June gives like a small sigh of relief. I don't know how a sigh would work underwater, but you know what I mean.
Bubbles.
Bubble, 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 bubble.
Sucker's
That's
just
not-
trying to stay sane.
Too late.
I just trying to stop playing music because there we go. I just had music.
Okay. As you continue forwards, you do see more deep ones and Kuatoa along the way, more of these eldritch abominations, and this Kuatoa just walks through them, like just waving them aside with its staff, just clearly no longer has much going on between the ears, if it did before, no? And leads you through to the final chamber, the sort of entrance chamber, where you can see there is a door into some sort of garden, like an underwater garden of vines and clamshells, where in there you will see a creature just like the thing that you were fighting when you were killed by the mind players the last time, Sakura. One of those mind witnesses, a smaller one to be fair, is floating across these fields and seems to be picking things out of it, as it's just doesn't seem to be paying too much attention to you guys. Kuato will stand at the entrance and say, "The big boss is outside," and also, "Don't go through that door. I don't know where it leads." I just realized. It's like, oh shit, there is a doorway there.
Do we
Just double check
stand
first.
here, or
Oh, that's not actually a stairway. It's just a normal door. Yeah, so I think we are gonna end the session as you kind of see through that temple. You will see the massive tentacles of Cthulhu just like sitting on the floor outside of this temple, with it's just a massive shadow of this creature that is waiting outside, and through the door you see the same sort of creatures that you've been seeing inside this temple, just swirling around and swimming up towards the surface. It seems like there is just an endless horde of these things, and you are quite right that perhaps the only way to defeat these armies will be to take care of Cthulhu itself. But getting here, it's going to be a difficult fight to down here. So I will say, as we kind of wrap up the session here, as you guys get to this entrance, what do you like? What is the plan when you're going through here? Are you going to try and communicate with Cthulhu, like offer these as sacrifices, kind of thing, or are you trying to sneak in there to get a sneak attack?
That is a good question. I think we will discuss this before, but what would everybody like to do? Because I think I'm actually not entirely sure. Because we are not very good at sneaking around. I'll say that much.
Better than the deception, probably.
you actually looked at the seal again, at the jutsu, and
Yes, I mentioned
spent
it.
a week meditating and purifying ourselves for the ritual.
Beg your fucking pardon?
Did you not see that? Did you not see that? I pointed that out like as one of the first things.
Well, I haven't heard it come up in game.
I mean, we were in a time crunch, but still.
So next session, we're gonna enter what's called the fucking gay temple, and then just spend a year training, while only like an hour passes outside.
Yeah, look, you guys had a chance to create a whatchamacallit, a
Hyperbolic time
chamber, and you rejected it, so that's on you. But I don't want to spend the next session just planning and things again. That is what you guys were doing up there, and everyone was looking over the scroll. So if you want to sort of retroactively plan what you want to do about that, we can, and just because I mean, let's rather do it now than come back and plan the whole session next time, because then we can jump right into the action next session.
1, 2, 3, 4. So together, certain things.
So that is obviously one of the things, is that you would have to spend a week meditating and purifying yourself. The crane and the unicorn the unicorn clan would have their argument would have been, we're just going to have to try and do it without. There's no time to sit around meditating for a week, and we're guessing that all of you have been doing training in the past while, gathering chakra, things like that. I think we're all probably all fairly ready for such a casting of high level jutsu like this. I mean, it depends how confident the rest of you feel.
Well, it's not like we have a week to do all these preparations. We have here and now, and that's it.
Yeah, and what counts as purifying? Maybe purifying is training.
I've done plenty of purifying and meditating over the past while. Then,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've never gotten too into the weeds of it, but in a lot of, like, you know, the process that you would go to at a like Japanese temple to wash your hands and things. Like, there's a very specific kind of ritual to it, and that's something that I would assume that all of you have been engaging with just as samurai. That's like normal culture here. So with all the training and things that you have been doing, I would say there's more than likely been similar. You've gone through similar things. Doing it specifically for a ritual like this would have taken more time and preparation, and would have been a very involved, like, you know, you might be coming out here in white robes and things to make sure that you have enough good on your side. But here, you're working with what you got, and you've got a couple of dodgy folk with you, but some powerful samurai, so it could work. But yeah, obviously, the fewer of these things you have done, the less likely this jutsu is to succeed, and that is one of those hurdles.
mm-hmm. By the way, DM, while we are just chatting about what are the actual mechanics of the golden mask and scroll that June has that Elias and June are going to try? Well, not will do, might do if there's an opportunity. What are the mechanics of that thing?
I do also have those here somewhere, but I will. Yeah, I'll send those to you when I can find the notes. But it is a very similar process, except that the vessel is an object, not a